This is how you make a toiletry bag or makeup bag. You need 2 pieces of lining fabric. I've chosen, this is how you make a bath bag or toiletry bag. You need 2 pieces of lining fabric. I've chosen a nylon, sort of wipeable, waterproof fabric for mine, and 2 pieces of outer fabric. You also need a long zip. To start off, we're going to attach the zip. I'm just going to take away one each of my lining and outer. I'm going to attach my zip to the top of my outer fabric. Now you'll notice here that my zip is going good side down on top of the fabric. And I'm going to clip all the way around the top edge of my bag to the edge of my zip. This is a bit fiddly and you want to curve the fabric to meet with your zip here. As you come around those corners, you'll see that that's curved round. Now that I've secured the zip to the top, I'm going to go back around and attach my lining to the other side of my zip. So you're going to have 3 layers here. It's going to go outer, zip, and then lining. And I do it this way just because now I can just pick up that peg and transfer that bit under without having to try to grasp 3 layers all at once. Add extra pegs in if I need to. Okay, now I have my 3 layers pinned down and I'm going to sew all the way along here. So I'm just attaching on the outer side of my zip. Don't forget to reverse when you start stitching. You want to do this nice and slowly, removing the pegs as you go around. come to the end, reverse. Now that's all attached along the top edge here, you're going to flip it so that it is right side out. And we are going to attach the other two pieces of bag to this edge of the zip. So we take our outer side facing up, and we place our other piece of outer fabric, good side facing down. So good side of my fabric, and again I'm pinning to the top edge of the zip. I'm going to go around the whole way just with my outer fabric first. And now, just like before, I flip it, and I'm going to attach my lining this side. Just reusing those pegs by picking them up, holding the 3 layers, and pin it down. Now it's time to attach this again by sewing just along this edge of the zip here. Now I have top stitched all along this side, and I can turn it out and unzip the zip here. You'll see I've got my bag here on either side of the zip, 2 linings, 2 outers. The next step is to top stitch all around our zip here, and I like to do it so that I only sew the lining fabric and leave the inside fabric loose. So I go around here and roll my edge so that the fabric is sitting right up beside that edge of the zip. Around the corners I do the same, trying to make it nice and flat, and you'll get a much nicer finish. as you can see, I've pegged all the way along, and if you look at the back, the peg does not get the inside fabric at all, only doing the top fabric. Now I'm going to top stitch all the way around each here, right beside the zip. Here's one side done, and you can see that that is stitched just around the edge there. If you're not quite sure, go have a look at the sample. Now I repeat on the other side. Now both edges are top stitched like this, all along the edge there. Now I'm going to do my bag back up. And separate the two sides so I have my lining on one side and my outer on the other. I'm going to take my two outer pieces like this and match them up. And we're going to sew this closed along the bottom. All the way along, back stitching at the start and end. Now on the lining side, we're going to match them up again the same. But this time, we are only going to sew on each edge and leave a hole in the center. This is important for flipping our bag out the right way later on. Forwards, back, and just to not quite the middle of the bag, then we leave a space, forwards, back, right to the end and back. And I'll show you now what that looks like. So we've sealed both ends and left a hole in the center. Now, this bit can be a wee bit fiddly. We're folding these edges in, and we're going to pinch this and seal this closed. Need to make sure that your end that's got the zip, pull back, pin that there. You're matching up the middle of the zip to the middle of your bag there, pegging, and then matching the lining up on top of that and pegging. Same to the other side. You don't have to worry about the zip on this end, which is quite nice. You match up the edge of your seam there to the edge of your zip. Peg. And then you do the same to the lining. And peg that as well. It's just important here to make sure that you've actually got all 4 layers. So I've missed a bit of that one there, so I need to swoop that back up and in. Now I'm going to sew this straight across here, forward stitch, back stitch at each ends. So I've sewn this straight across the top here. You can see on the lining, the zip in there. And now I'm going to repeat that process on this side. Just being really careful because my zip here is open and a little bit more loose. I like to back stitch over that open end, just to secure it, and back stitch at the end. Now I'm just going to double check here that I've got 4 layers. 1, 2, 3. I can only just see that one there. I'm going to double check it under here, and you can see there's a small hole. So I'm going to go back over this one, sewing slightly closer in. That again. I've got it all this time. Okay, now we are going to trim off these long pieces of zip and any extra fabric on the edges here. Nice and neatly. Same on the other side. And using the hole that we left before, we push the whole bag through. And now this is our bag inside out. We take the zip, push it back, and flip our bag right side out. Now's your time just to make sure that those corners don't have any holes. And last step is just to close the gap that we left here. And you're just going to stitch straight across. To seal it closed. And there you have it. Zip it back up. And you have your toiletry bag.